Luffy gathers his fleet of 5,640 pirates to help him in the final war. Did you know that the Straw Hat Boy has more than 5,000 pirates allied with his crew? This union took place at the end of the Dressrosa arc, after Luffy had already defeated the wicked Doflamingo and become the hero of that enslaved people. But before mentioning the crews that swore loyalty to Luffy, I want to recall other pirates or powerful individuals who crossed paths with the Straw Hat and who may help him in a war against the world government. The first on the list is not a pirate, but a marine that Luffy met at the very beginning of his journey. I'm talking about the young Koby, who is now a marine captain and a member of the group known as SWORD. This is a secret special force of marine headquarters, composed of marines who have formally resigned from the organization's official chain of command, but still operate in its name. During the time skip, Koby gained fame as a hero for his actions in the Rocky Port incident. After a failed attempt to capture Hancock, he was taken prisoner by Blackbeard's crew until he managed to escape with the help of Perona, his fellow sword members, and his mentor, Monkey D. Garp. Due to his hero status, Cross Guild placed a bounty of 5 stars on Koby, equivalent to 500 million. Although they now stand on opposite sides and will inevitably have to fight, Luffy and Koby still consider each other friends, since it was thanks to Luffy that Koby found the courage to become a marine. The two also parallel Roger and Garp, a pirate and a marine who once joined forces to defeat Rox, one of the world's greatest criminals. And I believe in the theory that Luffy and Koby will ally in the final war to defeat Imu-sama, because the hero Koby will no longer be able to tolerate the flawed justice of the world government.
You said you're gonna fight me, right? Then you will become that strong. You'll have to. Next time I see you, we're gonna be stronger too. A whole lot stronger.
Luffy's next ally is not just a pirate, but an entire pirate organization that was discarded by the world government. The Cross Guild is a crime syndicate led by 3 former warlords, Buggy, Crocodile, and Mihawk. And let's not forget that the world government officially recognized the clown as one of the 4 emperors of the sea. The Cross Guild is considered a highly dangerous organization with tremendous power and influence, to the point of receiving funding from many underworld groups. This is thanks to their ability to place bounties on marines, a master stroke that turned into a major headache for the Navy. The group's strength and notoriety come largely from its core officers, the ex-warlords and founders of the Cross Guild, Crocodile, the former president of Baroque Works and user of the Suna Suna no Mi, and Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman and rival of Shanks, one of the 4 emperors. This pirate alliance is so formidable that the government had no choice but to name Buggy the Clown as one of the Yonko. Together, the 3 have amassed absolutely colossal bounties, totaling 8,744,000,000 berries. Inevitably, the Cross Guild will join forces with the Straw Hats in the final battle, since both groups share the same enemy. After all, when the Cross Guild declared war on the Navy by putting bounties on Marines' heads, they left themselves with no other choice but to take advantage of the situation and unite with Luffy's Grand Fleet. Man, it's going to be insane seeing Luffy fighting alongside Buggy in the war. And let's not forget that these two already formed a short-lived alliance back in Impel Down to Escape, which might have been foreshadowing their inevitable alliance in the future.
Straw Hats! What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, Buggy.
Blackbeard's Pirates. Wait, before you start insulting me, let me explain. It's a fact that Luffy and Teach hate each other, especially on Luffy's side, since he despises Blackbeard for indirectly causing his brother's death. After all, we know that Teach handed Ace over to the government on a silver platter just to obtain the title of Warlord. However, recently the villain's past was revealed, and I must admit that I began to sympathize more with the human side of Blackbeard. As a baby, he supposedly witnessed his mother being killed right in front of him by the Celestial Dragons, so there may be a reason why Teach became so cruel and obsessed only with gaining power. Perhaps he grew up fueled by a desire for revenge over his mother's death. But at the same time, nothing has ever suggested that Blackbeard harbors hatred for the world nobles. Because of that, I really can't say whether he has any plan to eradicate the ruling class that dominates the world. Meanwhile, Luffy also hates the world government and will be the one responsible for bringing down this corrupt system, since he is Joy Boy of the new era and will need every bit of help possible to defeat the admirals, the Holy Knights, the Gorosei, and Imu-sama, the one who sits on the empty throne and supposedly possesses one of the ancient weapons. Is it crazy to imagine Luffy forming an alliance with Blackbeard? Yes, it's pure fantasy, but as the old saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. In other words, two people may end up working together against a common foe, forming a temporary alliance.
They can laugh at us all they want, because when you aim high, you often come across fights that just aren't worth fighting. Right?
At the end of the Dressrosa arc, Monkey D. Luffy found himself with a brand new and massive pirate alliance. This group, known as the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, is made up of 7 pirate crews who swore loyalty to him after his victory over Doflamingo. The total number of members in this fleet is approximately 5,640. The members of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and their captains are beautiful pirates, led by White Horse Cavendish, a super rookie who came to Dressrosa to obtain the Mera Mera no Mi Bardo Club, led by Bartolomeo, a pirate who idolizes Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates. Recently, he invaded one of Shanks' territories and even burned the red-haired pirate's flag. Bartolomeo caused this uproar all in the name of his devotion to Luffy. Happo Navy, led by Don Sai, grandson of Don Chin Jiao. The Happo Navy is famous for its martial art, the Hashoken. Adeo Pirates, a group of gladiators who banded together. The crew includes Adeo of the Long Arm Tribe, Blue Gilly of the Long Leg Tribe, and the bounty hunters Abdullah and Jeet. Tontata Pirates. This crew is composed of 200 dwarves from the Tontata Kingdom. Their captain is Leo. They were initially formed to overthrow Doflamingo. New Giant Warrior Pirates, a spiritual successor to the original Giant Warrior Pirates. This crew only has 5 members, but since they are giants, their raw strength is overwhelming. Their captain is Hadrudin. Speaking of giants, the Straw Hats are currently in Elbaf, the homeland of the giants. Luffy has already befriended Loki, the cursed prince who was once imprisoned for betraying the kingdom, but is now free. He seems ready to aid Luffy in the battle against Imusama and the Holy Knights. So I'm counting on him to take part in the final war as a member of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Yonta Maria Grand Fleet, led by Orlumbus, an adventurer who became a pirate admiral after joining Luffy's cause. This is the largest crew in the fleet, boasting 4,300 members.
How about this? If I'm ever in trouble, I'll call you guys for help. And I know you'll save me, because that's what friends do for each other, right? I don't have to be a big shot or have a whole fleet for that.
Besides the Grand Fleet, Luffy has gathered many other allies throughout his journey who could join him in the final war against the world government. The Straw Hat Pirates, the core of his crew including Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, Frankie, Brook, and Jinbei. The Revolutionary Army, led by his father, Monkey D. Dragon, with his sworn brother Sabo as the Flame Emperor. Other important members include Ivankov and Bartholomew Kuma. The forces of Wano. This includes the Samurai of Wano, such as the 9 Red Scabbards, and other major figures like Yamato and Momonosuke. Former warlords of the sea, Boa Hancock and the Kuja Pirates, who are strongly loyal to Luffy. Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile are also likely allies. The Mink Tribe, the inhabitants of Zoo, who are firmly loyal to the Straw Hat Pirates. Other supernovas. While not all are guaranteed allies, some like Trafalgar Law and the Heart Pirates have a strong history with Luffy. Others, such as Jewelry Bonnie and Eustace Kid, may also join him. Former Whitebeard Pirates, Marco, and the remaining members of the Whitebeard Pirates could support Luffy in a future conflict. Other kingdoms, the royal families, and forces from kingdoms Luffy has helped, such as Alabasta, Vivi and her people, Fishman Island, King Neptune and the Sun Pirates, and the Sakura Kingdom, Navy defectors, certain Marines like Fujitora, Smoker, and the members of SWORD, including Kobe and X-Drake, have shown willingness to act against the world government. The Red-Haired Pirates. The crew of Luffy's mentor, Shanks, is another powerful force that could ally with him. Of course, if the red-haired Yonko survives until the final war, he will undoubtedly be one of the greatest allies of the Straw Hat Fleet. The formation of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and Luffy's other alliances demonstrates the vast network of support he has built, which will be crucial for the inevitable conflict against the world government. Well, we've reached the end of the video. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment to help with engagement. Cheers, and see you next time.